All right, welcome everyone. Hi, you're listening to our podcast called Orbsession, where we interview local musicians and we get to know them a little bit more. Today, we have a very special guest, our first guest in our podcast. Everyone, welcome
Yay!
Shen.
Hey, hello guys.
Yeah, so I think the first time we met was quite a long time ago.
Yes.
I think when I was still doing music probably, where I see your name pop up quite a bit.
So the thing is, I think I've seen you around, but I don't know the exact moment that we've met.
Yeah.
Because like I will see you at like gigs and all of that.
Correct.
So I don't know exactly
Probably
when.
Merdeka.
Yes, probably one of those.
Yeah,
Merdeka,
yeah.
there was laundry at the curve.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The OG places.
Yeah. Yes. So
Yeah.
like for context, we were kind of like doing open mics.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing
Correct.
open mics and then we would kind of bump into each other. At the time, I think the scene was so small.
Yes.
So everybody kind of knew each other. I mean, now also I would consider everybody
Yeah.
kind of know each other.
There was more like open mic places last time, right?
Yes.
Compared to now.
I would think so.
Yeah. There was
Now
like
it's-
laundry. The B had open mics as well.
Yeah. Like the whole like guitar and
Singer-songwriter
singer-songwriter kind
vibe.
of scene.
Yeah.
That was still
So what
very
kind of
big.
song were you doing like when you were there?
So back then I was going I was like with my real name actually. So
Yeah.
I wasn't Shen.
Yeah.
I was Chloe.
Yeah.
So I was doing singer-songwriter music as I've always been doing.
Okay.
So I would kind of like do covers as well as my own songs. And I was still in high school at the time. So it was like, it was a bit hard because like my parents were not extremely like for me doing music. So they were a bit worried about my future and all of that. But I think that the open mic scene really helped like open their eyes a little bit more because I think
So they go to your shows.
yeah. They will go to
Wow.
my shows. I think so. Before I did open mics and all that, I told them like I want to do music. I want to like write songs. I want to sing songs. And they're like, "There's no future in that." So and that's fair, right? Being parents, I totally.
But now
understand
do they
that.
still think like that?
No lah, no, not
Okay,
anymore.
okay,
Like
okay,
we've been doing
okay.
this for like 15 years. We're cool.
Okay,
We're
okay.
fine. But I think when I first started, they were like, you can try doing business. You can try doing something else. I'm like, okay. So I did. I went to A levels for a bit. And then I tried everything. And then
Yeah.
eventually I was like, you know what? I still want to do music.
So you were in high school. So that was like
Yeah.
during the YouTube time, right?
Yes.
So you're doing YouTube. Started off doing YouTube.
Yes, I started off putting up my covers and my originals on YouTube. Yeah, I would like join all of these like talent competitions.
Oh
as
my
well.
gosh! Yes.
Yeah,
in your
and-
school, lah.
Not just in my school. There was one called Giant Ants Talent Competition. It was like
Oh.
on Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook, guys. It was on Facebook, and it was quite interesting because remember last time it was still like you have to like how many likes,
Yes!
and then like the more you share your video and the more
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah.
it, then you get like first place, second
Yeah.
place, third place, and all of that. So it was like I remember those times. It was really interesting.
Ah.
Yeah.
So basically, like you're doing open mics. So when you're doing open mics, right, you started doing your original songs, or you're doing like covers and a bit of original songs.
I was doing both. I think I started off mainly with covers first, and then I started incorporating one or two of my original songs. But I don't remember any of my songs back then.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're on YouTube lah. Don't search it up. But I'm pretty
I'm
sure
gonna
they're
search it
still-
up.
Yeah, sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh, cringe. Yeah.
So how did you started writing? Because
Oh.
usually when I say like cover artists, right, I think they always want to have their own original stuff.
Right.
So how did you started writing your original stuff?
I think so. I'm one of those very lucky people who kind of like knew what they wanted to do since they were very young. So I was 7 or 8 and I kind of
Oh,
knew.
you started writing 7 or 8.
Yeah, I
Oh
had
my
like
goodness.
this. Yeah, I'm very blessed to like know what I want to do, right? So, I told my parents already when I was a young age. I was like, I want to be a singer. I want to be a singer. That's what I said. But then in my head, I was like, I don't know why I had this notion where like singing is not enough. Like you have to do something else. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write songs. So then I started like writing songs in my blue notebook.
Do you still have the notebook?
I don't think so. I tried
Oh,
looking for it recently,
okay,
but I
okay,
couldn't find it. But I remember how it looks like. I
okay.
remember the what songs I wrote in
Yeah.
there. Like they're about my friends' relationships, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, very high school stuff lah, very high school stuff. But it was very interesting because that's when I started writing. And I think the more that I kind of like grow up, the more I realized like I'm very lucky to kind of know that I wanted to do that. I've had like years of like practice, years of like honing my craft and understanding my voice when I write songs. So yeah, I started at a very, very young age.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
now, like listening to your new album, or even from the previous album, like one of the things that I really love about your songwriting is the flow of it. It just sounds so natural.
Thank you.
Even the lyrics, it doesn't sound forced.
Right.
Because I mean, there are singer songwriters who are quite new to the scene, right? Sometimes when they write, it feels a bit forced, like
Right.
it just doesn't gel very well. But your lyrics gels very well.
Thank
It doesn't.
you.
It doesn't feel like stuck sometimes, you know. So you'll probably come a very long way.
Yeah, lyrics really mean a lot
Yeah.
to me because I think one of the other things I was going to do if it's not music was English. So like English literature because I just loved like reading books
Yeah.
and writing. I used to like write blogs.
Oh my gosh!
Last time there were
Do you
like
still have it though?
blogs.
Is it still around?
Like my Tumblr.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
probably
Tumblr! Oh my god, I heard that word for so long. Okay.
it's there in the internet somewhere lah. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think you'll find it, but
Okay.
it's there.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So what? Who do you draw inspiration from writing music?
Ooh. Growing up, I've always listened to Taylor Swift. So she was my like number one like songwriter that I would look up to and like try to understand how she does what she does. And she does it very, very well. She's an amazing songwriter. Other people that I draw inspiration from, there's Joni Mitchell.
Okay.
Very interesting songwriting. There is Maisie Peters. There is Sasha Sloan. There is Gracie Abrams. Right now, the most recent ones. But yeah, those other very songwriter kind of very kind of like I have a story to tell kind of songwriting.
So, like for over the years that you've written songs, how do you grow in terms of songwriting?
Ooh,
Because I'm pretty sure you don't write like this last time, right?
yeah.
So how did you grow? What do you do to sort of like improve your songwriting?
I think some of it comes from experience and age, right? So that will always be a factor. But I think other things that helped me, or like I was quite intentional with my growth as a songwriter. So sometimes I would kind of give myself challenges, just for myself. So like for example, 2 years ago, or was it last year? But we started releasing one song every month, and
Yeah.
that was very, very taxing.
Yeah.
But it was like a challenge. It was like, okay, I'm gonna release one song every month, right? Other challenges that I give myself is try not to write about your own experiences, write from something else. Like pull it from a movie, pull your inspiration from your friends, like stories that you hear. See
Yeah.
whether you can write a song that you don't have a personal experience with. And actually, that kind of shows a lot in this specific album, the latest album that
Yeah.
I released. It was a lot of the songs are not necessarily from personal experience. Some are, and those are very powerful. But there are some that I feel like I've successfully, and this is such a good thing to say for me, I've successfully kind of like pulled emotions or kind of stepped into like other people's like shoes to kind of create a story or to tell a story. Yeah. So those are like some of the things that I feel like I've done for my growth.
Yeah.
Like I've just challenged myself in different ways.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's why filmmaking and music always comes hand in hand, right? It's always about telling stories
Yeah.
and writing stories, but it's poetry also, you know,
Yeah.
very nicely written. So when it comes to songwriting, right, what's the hardest part? Like how do you pass through like creative blocks?
Oh, okay. We're talking about creative blocks. Honestly, I just let it go. I found that I can't really force it. And it might be different for different people. But
Yeah.
me personally, I feel like the more I sit there and like force myself to finish this song, the harder it is to do it well, at least. Yeah. So if I have to like finish it, there's a deadline that I'm giving myself. Most of the time, I feel like that song never comes out. Like, because I just don't think it's good enough,
Yeah.
right? So what I do is I kind of like, I take a walk. Or like I just let it go. I don't really
Yeah.
touch it. And then maybe like a few months or a few weeks later, I'm taking a shower. Usually it's in the shower because
Ah.
I'm not doing anything, right? So and then you kind of start thinking about stuff. And then I think about the song that I wrote like a few weeks ago. I'm like, oh, maybe I can kind of come up with this chorus. So I feel like it comes quite naturally
Okay.
as long as your brain is like receptive or
Okay.
like ready or sensitive to
So it's
like
open,
inspiration.
like just keep it open.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk a bit about how you were signed,
Okay.
right? So after the whole open mic scene,
Yeah.
you were signed to a label.
Yes.
So how did that happen?
Oh, that was very interesting because I was in university. I was studying music, and
What do you study?
I studied music.
Like,
Oh.
is there like a specialized subject or just like music in general?
Oh, it was a bachelor in contemporary music.
Oh.
So it's focusing on like pop, jazz,
Oh, cool.
blues, and all of that. So
Okay.
pop music. And I majored in vocals. So my major instrument was the vocals lah. Yeah. So I think while I was studying music, I was also still uploading stuff on
Okay.
on YouTube and all of that. So the label that previously signed me, they were starting up, right? And they're backed by China, right? So and they found me on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah. So they found my originals
Okay.
and they found my covers as well. They were very interested in songwriters. So that's really what they were looking for. And they kind of saw me in YouTube writing songs and all of that. So they followed me for a bit and then they approached me. So I was signed to them for a few years.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's interesting because they're actually a Chinese record label.
Okay.
And they know I don't speak Mandarin. So it was a chance that they took on me, and it was such an interesting experience because I had to learn Mandarin
Yeah.
and
Wow,
sing
from
in
scratch?
Mandarin. Yeah, from scratch.
So you never speak Mandarin your entire life?
No, I spoke Cantonese a little bit with my grandparents.
Wow.
Yeah, at home I speak English.
Okay.
So this was such an interesting experience because then they hired a tutor and then they
Yeah.
taught me like Chinese, you know what I mean, with the accent and all of that. So sometimes when I speak in Mandarin right now, it's like not very Malaysian and it's quite interesting. But
It does a lot of people now when they learn Mandarin.
oh, they learn like the China Mandarin. Really? Okay,
So I have a
that's
friend
great.
who doesn't speak Mandarin at all,
Uh-huh.
and he started learning Chinese. And I was like, yo, why your Chinese so China? It's like it's very very proper.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, my Chinese teacher is from China. It's like, oh yeah. So I think there's a lot of cases now.
You know, my brothers are learning Chinese now also.
and from a China.
That one I
teacher.
don't know.
Okay,
But
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I think it's so interesting. Everybody's like learning Mandarin now. Yeah. So I learned Mandarin from scratch, and then it was such a fun experience. I also had to sing in Mandarin. Yes. So
Which you have.
Yeah, I have. So my first album was a bilingual album. It was like 5 songs in English, 5 songs in Mandarin. But that was such an interesting experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have you on my Spotify playlist, and sometimes the Chinese song will come out.
Ooh.
I don't know the song. I don't know. It's
Oh,
Mandarin
yes.
also. There's a Mandarin version, right?
Yes. It's the English one is If You Don't.
Yeah.
And then the Mandarin was I Won't Go.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's
okay.
yeah, they took the same we took the same song and then we like made it 2 different
Nice.
versions of it.
How does it work? Like, is it like, I mean, in terms of performance wise, in
Yeah.
terms of like Spotify or like analytical wise, does it
Yeah.
work having like bilingual?
Well, to be fair, I think when I first started off, I was very catered to the Mandarin market. So algorithmically, they kind of like lumped me up with like the Mandarin artists
Okay.
at first. So my stats are quite okay in like Taiwan, for
okay,
example.
okay.
Yeah, so that's where the algorithm has pushed me.
Yeah.
But I guess over the years, as I've kind of focused on English music, the algorithm has kind of shifted me back to the
Okay.
English market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, do you prefer having the Chinese market? Like, do you like doing the Chinese market side
Okay.
of things, or you're like, actually, you like English because the way you write is more English centered, right?
Yes. So that's the thing. When I started writing or when I decided I wanted to become an artist, the whole point of writing my own songs is so that because lyrics are really important to me. Like I want to tell the story and I want to kind of shape how the story is told, and that artistry is very important to me. So going through this experience and understanding how in order to sing in Mandarin, I'd had to have my lyrics translated in Mandarin. And obviously it's not like a word by word translation. That doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
right? So it's basically, it feels like a rewrite, right? From my English lyrics into the Mandarin lyrics. And I think a lot of the essence of what I try to say, my turn of phrases, my choice of like words, right, they all kind of get lost in the process. And I think that's why I decided that that's not the direction that I wanted to go in. So if I were to write in Mandarin, I feel like that would be ideal, right? But it's really hard to write in Mandarin. First of all, it's such a beautiful language,
Yeah.
and it's so complex and beautiful in its own way. So I don't have that skill right now, but yeah, I do prefer doing it in English right now because the point of me doing music is to be able to tell my stories and all of that. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So then after the label for 2-3 years?
It was 2 to 3 years, and then COVID hit.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
So is that why you didn't continue with the label?
It's one of the factors, but I think it was mainly because of my decision to kind of like focus on English music because of my songwriting. And I think because the label also was very understanding, and they understood that this is what I want to do, and it's not the same direction as where they were going. So we decided to kind of part ways, even though the contract wasn't necessarily like over yet. But they were nice enough to kind of like just, it's okay.
So a lot of people, right, or actually indie artists or people who just started up, they always have this perception of label is not very good. Label take advantages of the musician. So what are your thoughts? Because I mean, you're one of the artists that I believe that is signed to a label.
Yeah. What are my thoughts on that? So I think it really depends on the label. I would say the dynamic of the music industry has kind of shifted in recent years because it's not necessary anymore to go through a label to achieve your dreams, right? So I would say there can be good that come out of like partnering with a label, but again, it's a system that I would say is a little bit archaic right at the moment because there are newer platforms that are out right now. You can distribute your music independently. I would say that a good relationship with a label could be beneficial in not so much the operational side, but more so like maybe they could help with connection, networks, marketing. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. So what's the difference between Shen when she was signed to a label and Shen that's independent?
Oh. I don't speak Mandarin anymore.
Not at all?
I mean, a little bit,
Okay.
but I don't use it on a daily basis.
Okay.
Back then, I really as long as I entered the office, I was speaking Mandarin.
Oh.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Wait, it's not a requirement, right? It's just that you're trying to practice?
Yes, I'm just trying to practice.
Or because everyone does speak Mandarin?
Everyone that speaks Mandarin.
Okay.
Yeah, so but they can speak English
Okay.
if I need to communicate with them. But it's just that because I need to practice, so then I would
Okay.
go in and speak Mandarin.
Wow.
Yeah. But the Shen right now, I feel like is a lot sure of who she wants to be as an artist, right? The sound that she wants to create. Yeah.
So what does Shen sounds like now?
Shen has a very bold and intimate storytelling voice. Yeah.
I agree.
Thanks.
I agree. So being independent, right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of independent artists out there that sort of struggles in a way that not just writing the music, but there's a lot of things like, I guess, like
very
independent artists, especially in Malaysia itself.
Yeah.
So what do you find it challenging the most after leaving the label, right? Being an indie artist since MCO, that's probably like 7 years now. So is it 7 years?
Has it
Probably
been 7
five,
years?
5-6 years.
Yeah, about 5, perhaps 4 or 5. How do I feel? What's my challenge? My biggest challenge, honestly, is feeling like I'm constantly doing it alone. Like, for me, it feels like quite a lonely process. Being a solo artist, as opposed to say like my husband Sekhao, who's in a band, for example, and I see the dynamic that they have, and they kind of like they're doing it together like a band of brothers, and it's so nice to have that. Versus like for me as a solo artist, so I'm my own like producer. I'm thinking about marketing. I'm thinking about content. I'm thinking about when's the best time to roll out, and I feel like I make all of these decisions like kind of alone. And it's not to say I don't have a great team behind me. I do. But at the end of it, the mental load is like on me, right?
Yeah.
So I think that for me is probably like a big challenge. And I think I need to learn to kind of ask for help a little bit better as well, because I'm like the eldest daughter, that archetype, like,
You're the
okay,
pao kaleo, everything.
yeah. Like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. I have a checklist of things to do, so like it's kind of like ingrained in me
Yeah.
to do it properly and like to carry everything by myself, right? So I'm learning to kind of like let go of certain things, make sure that I delegate, and make sure that we're doing it together as like a team,
Yep.
and not just like, here do this, here do this, here do this. Yeah,
Nice.
that for me is like the biggest challenge.
It's very like a solopreneur kind of thing, because
Yeah.
you need to make your own big decisions, right? To go or not to go, what kind of visual, you need to think of that as well, instead of having someone to cater that for you or to craft that for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you have to have like the vision, or at least in my head, like in my head, there's a lot of things that go on. I think a lot, so
That's good. That's why you stay caffeinated.
that's what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about this new album
Yeah.
that we just released, this is your second album?
Yes, this is my
Second
second
full
album. Yeah.
So what's the process like? Because you did releasing it once every 2 months, right? We started releasing
yeah.
since last year.
Yes. Yeah, it was more than 2 months, I think, but
Okay.
it was in parts of like 3.
Yes.
So the whole album was the final like big boss level, right? So essentially it was like, It's Not You is the first installment.
Yeah.
It's Me is the second installment, and then the whole album came together as It's Not You, It's Me. Yeah. The process of making this album, quite a long time. But I think that's very granted, given that it's not something that I'm doing full time, and my team is not also like full time. They
Yeah.
have their own jobs and all of that. So it takes time and a lot of like effort to like push through, because I go through a lot of these like existential crisis. Like, what am I doing this for? And then like there's a little bit of a break, because like I'm my own boss.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like I have to be able to kind of like pick myself up and be like, no, you have an album to finish. It's like, but what for? No, but you gotta do it. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
gotta go through this like personal
Yeah.
like crisis.
Yeah.
So it took about 2 years to
Okay.
kind of finish. But I'm super proud of it. It is my first independent album. So like creatively, it is like it's all like from my vision and all of that. And I think the entire team did a very, very good job bringing it all to life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really proud of it.
Nice. So like when you mentioned like the whole existential crisis thing,
Yeah.
so how do you break through from that?
Oh.
I mean, because it's very, even for me usually, right? It's like things that like passion project. You feel like you're putting so much effort at first, but slowly you just feel like you're a bit burnt out after that,
Yeah.
right? How do you break through from that, or how do you come out from that and just like, okay, I'm gonna get this done?
So I think the thing with existential crisis is that I feel like I've that this is like my problem, like like it's my Achilles heel, in my life. Like the whole like, what am I here for? Like this whole like great purpose of my life, am I contributing to this world and all of this? So like it's like a huge thing that is on my mind for some reason. Like it's a very heavy thing on my heart. So I feel like I go through that in seasons.
Okay.
So one of my songs, 27 in a 7-Eleven, that song is epitome of my existential crisis. Like that is the peak of my existential crisis. And so that song was written because I don't know what I'm here for.
Okay.
Right? Or like I'm scared that everything that I've done so far will amount to nothing, right? And how I deal with that right now, or where I'm at the very least, where I am personally at, is that it's kind of like understanding that you have value despite your work, right? You are not worth the sum of your work. You yourself have value, right? And of course, based on my faith, I know that I have value, even if I don't do something, right? So I think for me personally, it's coming to terms with the fact that what you do matters, and it might not matter, and that's okay, because you matter. Yeah. So that's just something that helps me kind of like.
That's
go
really
through
good
that.
though.
Thanks.
It's sort of like, not to say putting value to yourself, but you value yourself as a whole,
Yeah.
rather than having someone to give you that value, which is
Yes.
very hard. right?
Very.
Constantly
Very.
wanting someone's agreement to what you do, because creativity is very subject to everyone.
Yeah.
Not everyone will like the things that you like.
Yeah.
Not everyone will like the music that you do as well. But there are
Yes.
people who love what you do, right?
Yes. Yeah. But that's the thing that I think a lot of artists go through as well. Because as artists, you put your heart out into your work,
That's
right?
true.
And you put so much effort into making
Yeah.
your craft that you would love to be validated
Yeah.
for it. Like,
Yeah.
I would love for you to like love my stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's good.
Like,
That's
right?
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, you know, like it would be great, you know, but at the same time, that's the thing, like as an artist, like I feel like if you keep going down that road, you're gonna lose yourself because not everybody's gonna like your work. And that is so normal and that's so fine. You will find the people who do like your work, and then you hold on to them, and then you create this little community where you share the same like tastes, share the same ideas and thoughts, right? And music can go so deep and it can connect people in such a beautiful and vulnerable way. At least the songs that I make, at the very least, they're very intimate,
Yep.
right? So then it gets into that space where you can share this feeling together, and that has value, you know, in itself. Like I don't need the numbers. I
Yeah.
don't need like millions of streams, right? I just need to know that at the end of the day, the music that I've made has touched people.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So, but how did you? Was that like a moment for you to be like, you know what? I don't want to care about what people think about me anymore. Or did something happen for you to like, you know what? For those who don't like me, screw you guys. I'm just gonna do my thing. Like, did something
Yeah.
happen for you to come to that?
No, you know it's funny because you're literally quoting my lyric. Like if we're uncool, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing about me feeling uncool is like, so the lyric goes like, I don't want to care, but I do, right? But yeah, actually I don't care anymore. And I think it's because I don't know whether it's an age thing.
Yep.
But I think I've just gotten to a point where I realized that I'm quite confident in the person that I am.
Nice.
And I'm quite confident in my music and my craft. I don't really need anybody else's validation, right? I'm just happy to be making music. I'm happy to be creating art. I feel like it's a huge privilege to be able to do this in this economy, in the country that we're in. You know, I feel very blessed to be able to do it. And I hold on to those things instead of being like, oh, but do you like my music though? Oh, but I don't have 1 million streams.
Yeah. That's so good. I think
Yeah,
that's not just a musician struggle, but I think everyone struggles with that of like
that's fair.
the
Yeah.
validation from everyone, especially, I mean, whether it's a corporate work or it's not corporate work, right? Even for myself, maybe it's an age thing, I don't know. But
Maybe, yeah.
it even takes me a while to finally be like, you know what, I don't really care what other people think. You know, I want to live my life. I want to just make sure I enjoy the time that I
Yeah.
have, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I think it's also an age thing. Like maybe we're kind of like coming into terms that we're like, you know, we're not what we do.
Yeah.
We want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Life is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time this kind of stuff happen, I'm like, yo, this is so high school to be like validation and things like that. You know, because it's very high school, right? Where you want everyone to like you.
It feels that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels that way. But it's a very real feeling I think a lot of people have. I think especially if you work in like creative industries,
yeah.
right? Creative industries, especially because you make art and art is subjective. So yeah, and then you're kind of in our world and in our system, we are graded by numbers.
Yeah.
And that's just the fact of it. That's how you get clients, right? That's how
Yeah.
you kind of get jobs and gigs, right? And it matters. I'm not saying it doesn't, but at the same time, I feel like if you put your entire worth into it, then it'll be a very hard journey. Yeah.
That's really good. We're going to sum up the session now.
Okay.
What would you say if you get to go back in time
Okay.
to the open mic Chloe,
Oh.
right? What would
Okay.
you say to her?
What would I say to her? Ooh, I mean, if I'm being critical with myself, I say you need to practice your singing more. Practice your guitar more, because girl, you need to work. But if I'm being like all like wise, you know, and like going back in time, I would just say like just enjoy what you're doing. I know you're super nervous going up on stage right now, and I know there are a lot of people in the industry that are watching you, but like as long as you have fun, you're gonna be fine. Yeah.
Do you have fun now on stage? Or was there a time where you felt like, this work?
Oh no, I always have fun on stage. And I feel like that's so important because when you're on stage or like when you're, I think what I do like as an artist, I feel like the whole point is to communicate, right? So whether I'm writing my songs, whether I'm posting something on social media, or whether I am on stage making music or like playing music, the whole point is to communicate to the audience something, right? So if they see me and I'm a wreck on stage and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna I'm hitting all the wrong notes and I'm super unconfident, right? That kind of translates and it's like magnified when you're on stage. So I always try to make it a point to relax and have fun on stage, which is so much easier said than done. Because before I'm a wreck. Before I get on stage, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so nervous, right? And then when I get on stage, usually it's kind of like, it's fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So I just want to talk a bit more about the album also.
Yeah.
Right. So it took you 2 years to write it.
Mm-hmm.
So how does it feel like now being able to share this part of your life? I mean, listening to the album, it's very, very intimate. Right. There was a song that I think I told you about, the song about the daughter song.
Oh yes, Still Your Girl.
Yeah, Still Your Girl. I think that's very, very intimate. The listening party was here.
Yes.
And there were people crying at the listening party. I was like, yo, that's crazy. People are crying live.
I know, yeah. That was really something.
But it's so hard, right, to share that song. It's so deep. It's so real.
Yeah, it is. That's something that I was like struggling with or like battling with before we released the album, because I was like, oh, I really think this song is going to make a difference in the album. And when people listen to it, I think it's going to help them or it's gonna connect, at the very least connect with them, but at the same time I'm like, oh, but this is such a like intense and raw
it's
song.
like a diary, something that you write in your own diary or your own journal.
Yeah. So it took a lot of like courage to be like, you know what, let's put it up and you know, whatever happens but I feel good about it because I think, looking back in hindsight right now, so many people have come up to me and told me how much this specific song means to them, which means a lot because we didn't even push the song.
Yeah.
Like it's on the album, right? It's not our lead single.
Yeah.
It's there. It's tucked in the very last bit of the album. Like if you listen to it, you listen to it. But I would say that I think this song is, you know how like Taylor Swift has this song All Too Well?
Yeah.
It's on her album Red, and it's the one that she didn't push, but it went like crazy because people resonated with it so much. And I feel like this is my little version of All Too Well, because we're not pushing it, but people are finding it and they are loving it in the sense where they relate to it, or even if it's not like super like in a sense it's not the same experience, the feeling is kind of the same. I think there's a lot of like generational like guilt that we're kind of working through in our generation.
Very nice. So if you were to tell someone, I mean, whoever that's listening to this, to describe the whole album, like what would you describe it? How would you describe it?
So the album It's Not You, It's Me usually is kind of like an apology, you know. It's kind of said like, you know, it's not you, it's me, you know, at a breakup, you know. But I would say that when I wrote this, it is meant to be unapologetic. So it's meant to be like, it's not you, it's me, you know, and it's fine. It's not meant to be like, I'm sorry, you know. It's meant to be like, it's supposed to kind of like reclaim like my identity as an artist. And the words that I say, they are unapologetic. I am saying sorry, and I'm not sorry about it. I'm saying sorry. I'm saying that I have a problem here. I feel guilty about this. I'm not sorry about that. I just am guilty. Yeah. So yeah.
Yo, that's so good. That's such a good way to put it together.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's all the time we have today.
Thank
you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Nice. So if you guys enjoy the podcast, feel free to subscribe. And yeah, we'll have more of this soon. See you guys.
Bye.